Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is part number 5 of our Righteous Templar playthrough. For now, everything goes very smooth. We don't have any problems at all. I decided to finish Forgotten Gods, even if I need only the Endurance Relic from here. We need Gargoyle Belt as well. Let's not forget summon our MP bros. One shot chest. This one have a couple spawning points, but usually it's not so far away from the city. There is a guaranteed devotion here as well at the Burning Spire. Actually, Forgotten Gods very rich on devotions. Very rich on chests as well, with a high class. This is glamorous chest, so it's gonna pop up at least one item. I decide to grab Magi. So at this point, I think it's gonna be a very good boost to my elemental damage. Gonna reduce entrapment duration as well, which sometimes can be rough. Which reminds me, it's a good idea to use all around chains on the torso. We don't like to be entrapped with this build, we like to zoom. Resistance wise, as I showed at the end of last episode, absolutely okay. Poison and acid, there is not enough poison damage in normal to kill you if you have 75. So don't worry about that, I'm gonna fix that sooner or later. Especially I have a lot of windows for upgrade. I still run Slit Primal Ring, I still run very low level belt, which I hope to change here. Just I have to farm way too much for it. For the Gargoyle Waistguard, or I'm not sure. I think Waistguard was the Nightblade one. I think Girdo is what we're looking for. Okay. We got respected with Drake. That unlocks our Endurance Relic. So I'm gonna secure the Rift Gate and I'm gonna immediately craft this. This is a huge upgrade over Calamity, which I carry for the past 22 levels. Always plan your build before you start. Plan your path if you're an experienced player. If you are not experienced player, my advice is at least at the first playthrough, follow a guide or guided playthrough like this one. It's not necessary to be me. There is a plenty of people that are very good at this game. But definitely use some knowledge. We have to buy Fortitude. I believe Homestead sell this. I hope it's not Black Legion, because this is gonna delay my progress. Fervor, Sanctified Bone, Spined Carapace, Hysteria. Okay, it's not Homestead. That's kinda bad news. Probably it's Black Legion. And Black Legion is very far from respected. And yes, it's Black Legion. That's kinda bad news. I'm gonna jump really quick to Sorrow's Bastion. Check if by any chance that video didn't sell that. Some factions, they sell exactly the same blueprints. So always worth checking. I have some quests as well. But I'm gonna deal with you later. Here is much favorable. Nope. Pretty unfortunate. That means gonna delay my progress. But I'm already close to close Forgotten Gods, so I'm gonna just stick to this expansion. Or maybe that's a bad idea. I take most of the stuff, I can finish that later. I really want my endurance. So I'm gonna finish that video questline first. Getting the essence. That's gonna help me top up some crystals as well. Easy one. This is the only area you can farm after you are at this level, because now I old level Cronley's, not Cronley but Crete Lab. So without Crete Lab I can't farm efficiently crystals. This is the only place and it's kinda dangerous, but provides some dynamites and other goodies. It's much better than, for example, Conflagration, and also not that scary. And you can top up your crystals pretty easily. You have a boss here to kill. If you stick with that video, you have two. There is some caster gear that you can acquire here. Some rare materials as well, since both of these bosses are ethereals. At higher difficulties there is a shrine. Unfortunately there is none in normal. I hope they change that. This place deserves more love. Because I skip this too often, there is no point to come here for most part. But if they put the shrine, it's gonna be much more tempting. We have 83 crystals, that's totally enough. Let's take the Ashes quest. This is quest that's the same for both Caimans. And another reminder, we stick with Dead's Vigil according to be able to farm for the Skybreaker Circlet. If you stick with Caiman, you're gonna cripple your build significantly. Skybreaker Circlet is very important. Sorry, very important piece of gear for this build. It's a bread and butter. Be extremely careful when you pick your factions. This is actually a fire shoulders, but I'm pretty sure it's a trashy ones. Because at this point, Devil's Crossing one is too good. This Arcanist armor, we don't stock this rune carved ritual wand. That's a damage. Unfortunately, I'm gonna drop too much chaos resistance for it. But rune carved of scorching is a lot of elemental and fire damage. Very, very good find. Let's see. Difference not gonna be major, so I prefer to keep my chaos resistance for now. I'm gonna swap for this one since provide a resistance shred. Flame Brand is a very good weapon if you don't have MI for this slot, and I believe this build don't have any. This build's gonna shift the expansions, between the expansions very often, since all the stuff that I need is in a different acts. Why we want Ashes Quest? There is a shrine, and working on Magi is gonna provide a lot of damage, since we are on the way to approach harder content. Also, don't walk with this build, I do this by muscle memory, but you can freely just zoom. Dranghu pants. This is actually a rare find. It's worth checking this one. Tons of armor. Bonus armor. Definitely worth more than Battle Cry. Battle Cry anyways didn't possess good uptime. Also rare resistances. Not rare, but at least something on top. Here, I'm gonna just place 1 point Arcane Wheel. At this point, we got respected with Vigil. We can craft Arcanist Belt, but this is a bait. I prefer to stack. Old Keeper stuff. But Old Keeper Belt farmable spots are very late at Forgotten Gods, which actually I reach. Here, Physique is a good call, because I start to dump way too much skill points in the skills instead of mastery, so my life bar is gonna start falls off. Still in a reasonable level. There is a shortcut. This is money. Here, first I'm gonna kill Bartolom before I approach the boss. Immediately ascension. This guy hurts. Don't stay on the pulse. Ideally, don't mess up with him in melee range too much. There is a small treasure room behind him. Sometimes there is a good stuff, sometimes the trash chests. Our inventory is full anyways. There is a loose torch here that unlocks the secret passage. Here is a dangerous domain. Mobs is gonna be a little bit scary because mutators. Especially bleeding mutator for here hurts a lot because this pulse. Immediately move out of the pulse. Doesn't matter if you are capped on bleeding resistance. All this bleeding damage is gonna block your regen. This one requires a rare material, which hurts a little bit. Yeah. Thoros Bastion. Grab my belt. Blueprint. Probably is a good idea to craft it anyways. If I'm on the way to unlock Respected with Black Legion, I have to spend the next half an hour probably grinding Reputation. So it's good to have a better belt. Mine is already very bad. We can do the ritual if you're Respected with them. This is a very easy rewarding quest. You have to kill a bunch of undeads and one basically spirit of Noveria Stormfire. Girl that you kill at the Stone Quarry. This is good experience to the rovers as well. Elixir of the Ancients is another sweet find. This is Noveria. At this point, our build is absolutely nuts. At the moment I account her, she was dead, so that's why this build is probably one of the best starters, if not the best. Of course, falls off a little bit late game until you get Vanquisher set, which is a little bit annoying to farm. Since Vanquisher set drops only in a dungeons, one dungeon per piece, so you have to farm Port Valbury, Bastion of Chaos, Steps of Torment and Ancient Grove according to get the set. Which again can be slightly annoying, but at least we're gonna show a different approach to the game in the channel, because usually I hate dungeons, I never do that. In normal circumstances there is a better ways to farm. I hope they're gonna boost dungeons like we did at the league, the seasonal content. because we have a scaling. And having a scaling dungeons provides more loot. This is actually tempting, it's Wire Smite. Another belt. I'm not gonna check any helm. Any 200. This is a good belt, I'm gonna keep it. Mighty, oh no, this terrible rope. Do we have blacksmith here? Yes, we have. Good stuff. Ether Chaos Life. Let's craft the belt. Hope for a... Doesn't matter. If you write Arcanist, you're gonna find it. But I believe I forgot to buy it. Such a shame. Have to go back. I can't believe I go exclusively for the belt at Soros Bastion and I didn't buy it. Sorry about that. But when you plan so much stuff in a single playthrough, it's totally normal to forget what you're talking about. Malkadar is alive. What a champ. Black Tallow, Blessed Steel, Blessed Whetstone. Just don't spend all of your money. Dead's Vestment. Clarity of Purpose. Pierce Chaos. Nope, we are not ready to lose that, so... Presence of Virtue. Pierce Resistance, Bleeding Resistance, Life, Physical Resistance. Yeah. This is a better armor. Doesn't matter at which point you're gonna find leg plates of Vala. This is an amazing pants, defensive. And it's good to have one or two defensive options in your gear, because you can easily pick damage from the devotions, you can pick damage from the tree. But finding such a good pants, it's invaluable. Let's craft Death's Court, Blessed Steel. It's kinda expensive craft, I'm just gonna do it once. I always forgot how expensive is this. This is 9 crystals per craft. Nine crystals is way too much. I hope for a good wall resistant. Actually, we have a winner. This is gonna fix our poison resistance. And as you can see, at level 40, we are absolutely capped, even we possess 10% physical resistance. This is an easy quest. I should that earlier. Actually, I found my mistake. I forgot to do Pine Barons, that's why I'm so low on reputation with the Legion. But that's easy fixable. It's gonna be Pine Barons episode. Pine Barons is a good starting point. Catch up levels. There is a 5 quest, all of them pretty rewardable. 2 devotion shrines. Also Pine Barrens is a nice side area to break a little bit from the main game. Just enjoy grinding, kill some beasts, some bosses, grab 2 easy devotions to complement your build. Always consider Pine Barrens at this point around level 35-40. You don't have to trigger the quests, but you can. These guys are not very welcoming. The most scary boss here is Mugara, of all the 4 ones, because she possesses Sunder, also brutal physical damage. On top of that, she is a swift, so she is very fast. But she is very squishy, especially for a good elemental setup like this one. We're not gonna have any problems dispatch her. Also, this build excels in kiting. I'm not gonna get hit too often by her if I position myself correctly. As I said, she is very squishy. This is a termite mine offhand. Not very practical, useful. Again, Mavens, we want to max out this. We look for a cave that's not pointed at the map. So this is not the right entrance. This is the right one. As you can see, it's not on the map. We have to kill Old Blood Blair. At this moment, we possess so much procs, so much damage, that basically I can just move forward. I don't have even to look back to kill these random mobs. This speeds up the process for you. This is one of the best farmers in the game for the campaign. Can comfortably farm SR as well when you get the endgame gear. Is a common pick in the league start as well, because this guy finished the campaign and ultimate everything pretty quick, especially when you have so much monster infrequence around the slots. I don't have to loot basically random stuff. Angoliax Gaze. This is the first devotion. I love to kill every single spider here. This is easy reputation. Also good chunk of experience, since we kill a lot of stuff in no time. This is 2 points Magi. Defensive ability, fire damage, elemental resistance, so I can swap some components around the gear. At this point we can get rid of one of the ward stones and we can use something more useful. We can use attuned lodestone or anything else for damage. We can use arcane lance as well. More damage. We don't have energy issues. This is another big plus to the build. Wire Smite is not so energy heavy, as you can see, like 30 energy at max level. With max tectonic shift and max volcanic strike, this is basically nothing. And our energy pool is gonna grow and grow. This is one of the cheapest builds that you can pick. Very easy to play as well. We apply our procs. There is a guaranteed dynamite here. Because I use a lot of my reserves. I have 12 and I have just 5. So it's good to restock a little bit. Ember effigies raining today. Here first you have to kill all the healers before you approach the boss. When you kill all the healers, boss is very easy itself, just he's very tanky. Very high level as well. Don't stay on the traps, they hurt a lot. There is a good treasure room behind him, one shot chest and a couple more. This is gonna give me either respected or slightly close. Let's see. Actually, very hard. Well, we can finish at least for Talcon in a hope for a respected. Also level 43 is big for us. We can equip Flame Brand. Okay. 43. Immediately swap the weapons. Extra resistance shred always welcome. Also this is huge damage per second increase. Flame Brand is a very common drop. You can use any other weapon, don't worry about it. It's not big difference anyways. I'm gonna spend my points. That's gonna max out Maven, so next level I can move forward. Immediately Ascension, start to apply all the trails, and he is deleted. Damage of this build is barely unmatched, especially when you stack trails. Okay. We work hard for this respected reputation. I have to kill Anasteria for sure.
Good work, Weekend.
Anasteria, and the next quest probably is gonna net me respected, or I have to do a few occultist kills. Sorry, I have to kill ya. I just need this relic. Reef gonna be happy. This is respected finally. Finally. Fortitude. Arcane Spark. We don't need Legion's Belt. I'm gonna save some money on it. We have Blacksmith here. Let's start crafting Fortitude. Resilient plating. We have all the materials for it. Now endurance. What we miss. Serrated shell. We can craft this easily. Let's see what bonus we're gonna get as a completion. 1 to Crushing Verdict. But doesn't matter. Most important thing is the flat armor that goes over every single piece. On top of that, flat life, 1 to Keeper, huge, some fire damage, and a very good proc that we scale. We're gonna secure the next rift, and I'm gonna close the episode here. I just wanna test the new relic. We drop some chaos resistance, that's fair. Damage is high. I feel brave enough, I can check if Locksmith is at home. Yep, he's not at home today. Good for me. Okay. Nullification. Not a bad spawns, honestly, but I prefer leg plates. And probably this is gonna be everything from part 5 of our Righteous Templar slash Skater. We doing very well for now. Damage is high. We clear the campaign very fast. We managed to reach basically Necropolis under 5 hours, which is kinda okay, especially when I stop a lot talking, coach, explaining mechanics and stuff. I'm pretty sure I can drop this to 4 hours, so it's slightly good for a Old Keeper, especially because Old Keeper is the worst start in the game. But anyways, thank you everyone for watching, see you in the next one.